Here, Douglas, my friend, are you here?
I am here indeed.
There he is. He was hiding among the crowd. Welcome, welcome.
That's where I like to hide.
So yeah, just maybe one more minute for everybody to join, and then we'll get this started.
It's good. A lot of people tuned in. A lot of people interested in the utility questions.
Yep, lots of
Apologies
questions
it took
coming
so
in.
long to set up the AMA, but we thought this would be the best way to address the questions directly.
Yeah, makes sense. I know everybody has lots of questions, especially with the charts where you have to compare utilities from one unique to the other. Are the utilities the same? How often are the utilities? Are they stackable or accumulative? When will they arrive? How will they arrive? What should you do? All those type of questions we'll be covering. So don't worry. If by the end of this AMA we haven't answered your question, just please write it in the chat, and we will try to answer and clear every single doubt you guys have. Okay, seems to be a decent crowd already. Our moderator, God given, I think is already recording, so we're good to go. So I
When you are.
just wanted to give everybody a big welcome. Thank you for coming again to our second official Discord AMA, or Discord chats, as we've been calling it. The first one was last week, where we had a pre-launch AMA with Douglas, where we talked about everything that was coming on the marketplace, what to expect, and how it's all going to go down. We had a crazy week. We had such an intense week. I was totally blown away by the demand and by the passion of everybody trying to get their own Uniques, be the first ones in line, being the first mint here and there. I know there was lots and lots of competition. Everybody witnessed it themselves. But overall, I would say it was a complete success the first week. Douglas, from your side, how did you experience? For those who don't know, I'll do a little round of introductions. I'm Patrick. I'm the lead community manager, and here today we have Douglas Erickson, our NFT project manager. So we will be answering all your questions regarding utility. Douglas, how are you? How was your first week in the launch of the marketplace? What did you think about it?
How's it going, Patrick? Hi, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. Yeah, last week was overwhelmingly we're just grateful. We're overwhelmingly grateful for all the support and the obvious enthusiasm of the community. And I know not everything was perfect, but we, as far as marketplace launches goes, I've been a part of a few. That was very smooth. The community was completely engaged the entire time, and every day I was on Discord checking for problems, checking for feedback, and overall consensus that I could find was everybody was pretty happy. And for the people who had a few issues here and there, we are working on those, and we are doing our best to make sure that everybody has an equal chance to participate going forward. And yeah, we really were amazed at how ready the community were for us. So yeah, thank you to you guys. You guys are the ones who made it a success.
Yeah, huge shout out to everybody. I mean, I know everybody has been waiting for this launch, some of you more than others, but you've all done your part talking about it on social media, on Telegram, on Discord, and I'm personally very happy that all of you, or most of you who joined already the Discord, you are giving life already to one of the sections of the Discord that which was my vision, like the unique trading channel. So I see people already discussing trades there, and that makes me very happy. So thank you everybody for participating in the Discord server, bringing it to life. And as we go forward, launching new products and applications, it will get even more fun every time. So yeah, super happy also from my side. And I think let's dig into it. We're gonna start discussing each utility, starting with Ultra Power, then going on to Elemental Souls. We will talk about each utility, what they mean, comparing each unique, just giving an overall overview of each utility and how they work, and also answering any questions from your side. So I think I'm gonna share my screen, and then I'm gonna put the table so you can all enjoy that. So 1 second here. Give me 1 second while I. Okay, okay. Does everybody see what I'm seeing? Nobody answers, but they're all muted. But
I see
Douglas,
it now. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, there's a bit of
okay,
feedback on your mic though.
okay. 1 second. Do you guys see the chart, which is the important part?
Yes.
Excellent. Okay, great. So this is the utility chart that most of you are very, very familiar with. For those of you who haven't seen it, this is the utility chart of Ultra's power collection. On the top, we have each particular utility, UOS rewards, Ultra tournament platform, VIP AMA X access, beta access, exclusive game access, Ultra tournament walkthrough, merch drop, card deck, sorry, and milestone holder perks. And on the other side, we have each individual unique. As you can see, each individual unique has different combinations of utilities. So the best way to go and start, I think, is we're going to discuss each utility by itself, what it does, how it works, what to expect, and how this affects each particular unique and which combinations and how they compare, and basically giving you a big overview of how it all works. So, Douglas, are you okay with that setup? Is there anything you want to say before we
I'm
start?
very happy with that, but I'm not the only one who's noticed there's a bit of an echo on my mic. I think it's coming from your side there, Patrick. So maybe I think the best way to maybe do it is to mute yourself while I speak, if that's cool.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, I'm gonna mute myself, and then you can start. Okay, so we're gonna start with the UOS rewards. I'm gonna mute myself and just let you take the lead. Go for it.
Appreciate it. All right. Oh, sorry. I think Patrick, you might not be muted yet. Oh, why is there still an echo? Hold on. Let me sort this out. Is that better? Nope. Anybody got any ideas here?
Can try that. Everybody hear me? Oh, I have to mute the stream I'm watching.
How do I do that? So like that? Is that better? Oh, I've got to mute. Okay. Is that better now? Nope. Still not better. Sorry, Patrick. Let's. I've got a headphone in, everybody. Just trying to work out what else the problem could be. How about now? Is that better? Nope, not better yet. Bottom right corner. I've muted everything, guys. Except myself. Let me see if taking out my headphone. No, I can't hear anyone. There we go. Oh, so it's better when the stream is done.
Oh yeah, I sorry guys, sorry for that
Maybe
little
I'm gonna
technical
share my
glitch.
screen there, Patrick.
I
Let me
stopped
try that.
streaming because I saw everybody was going crazy with my echo. So
Oh,
yeah,
Patrick,
I
you're
don't know.
talking.
I
There
don't
we
know if
go.
it works better now. If you share your screen, Douglas, maybe.
There we go. Yeah, I will try. Let me see here. Let me get up the utility chart. 1 second, guys. I'm an NFT project manager, not a Discord project manager. There we go.
Okay, I just found out the issue. I had to mute my stream.
I tried to mute your stream. It didn't seem to work.
No, but I had to mute it, I think, since I was the one sharing
Oh,
the screen. Okay, let's give it one last shot. I'm going to share my screen and then I'm going to mute
let's
it.
do that.
Okay, let's go live.
Let's see if this solves. Nope. And this doesn't solve it either, right? Oh, everybody has to mute the stream. Ah. See, it's not just me. There we go. Not you, Patrick. You got to keep your stream open. Everybody else has got to mute theirs. Apparently.
Okay. Okay.
You guys have me worried. I've never had a problem with the echo before.
Okay, so we have different options. Everybody, if you want, you can just go over to the announcement channel. The utility chart is right there. Just go and open it, or yeah, I'm sorry, guys. I didn't expect this technical issue to come up, and the echo is quite annoying. So yeah, the thing is, if I stream and I ask everybody to mute, I'm not sure everybody's going to do it. Most likely,
Right.
some people are going to still have some echo. So yeah, let's not step on our feet too much about that, and we can still go over the utility. Thank you, T-Bolt. He just shared it right there. That's perfect. Okay,
Thank you kindly.
everybody who sees the image in the chat, you can just open it up and it'll all be fine. All good.
Yeah, let's see. Oh, we'll have to do it this way, guys. We'll sort that streaming echo out next time. Apologies for that. All right.
Okay, then. So let's get started with the UOS rewards, Douglas. What does UOS rewards mean? I know that's a very, very fancy utility. Lots of people have been going after it. We have number 1, number 5, and number 13 give us UOS rewards. Can you please explain what does this mean? How often are the rewards? How much are the rewards? When will they arrive? How does it work? Everything, please.
So the cool thing I'll start off with is that a lot of this utility, except the obvious, like, the Twitter and platform entry and the walkthrough, etc., they are not time specific. And I know a lot of you might think that that's a bad thing, but it's actually a good thing, because what we're going to be doing is continuously delivering utility and continuously upping the value of your ultra power pieces that you bought. So with all of the utility that can be stretched out, keep in mind it will be. So for the UOS rewards, we've obviously got the Ultra UOS token. And we thought that one of the ways we could involve the ultra power community into the economy slightly more is by activating UOS rewards for certain milestones that the platform achieves. So these are examples, and these may or may not happen quite soon, but these are examples, and the door is open for a lot more application for this idea. But our Twitter is currently in the range of, I think it's between 80 and 85,000, something like that. If we hit 100,000, the people who have the utility of UOS rewards will receive a small allocation of UOS. Amounts are not yet determined, dates are not yet determined, but that's an example. Our Instagram page recently launched for the Unique Marketplace. We're nearing 1,000 there. Once we hit 1,000, we may or may not do a UOS drop then. So the idea is that the UOS rewards are going to coincide with ultra specific milestones in social media, in other achievements that we've been planning for and building for quite a long time. So the idea of the UOS rewards is to reward people for joining us along that journey in a way that is on brand for Ultra, which is an allocation of UOS tokens. So the one thing I can tell you is 1, 5, and 13, the Ultra Power pieces which are entitled to UOS rewards, will be receiving the same amount, no matter what it is. The amount will vary determined by the milestone that we reach. So, the bigger the milestone, the more the UOS. The smaller the milestone, the less the UOS. But the idea is that over time, you will gain a monetary value from holding your Ultra Power.
Thank you so much. So just to get it straight, the holder of Ultra Power number 1 gets the same amount as the holder of Ultra Power 13, correct?
Correct.
If I have 3 Ultra Power 13s, is my prize or my UOS reward triple?
That is stacked. Every single unique that you own that has that utility will receive. We're not rewarding the holder, we're rewarding the unique. So if you own 3 to 5 Uniques, if you own 10 to 20, you will receive 20 times the amount as one.
Perfect. That sounds amazing. So this is an ongoing utility. The UOS rewards could happen more than once, as you said, connected to certain milestones, which could be social media milestones or general company milestones. So this is an ongoing utility. So this promotes holding the unique because you might get this fancy UOS rewards more than once.
Exactly, and I can already see people asking about the amount yet. And the reason we have not determined amount is because not only do we have compliance regulation to stick to, but we also want to make sure that we are delivering on our promise consistently. We want to set aside those milestones accordingly. So that is why we don't have an exact number yet. But what we can guarantee is that you hold the Ultra Power long enough, it essentially will pay for itself.
Perfect. I think it's super clear with that explanation. Let's jump to the next one. And this is the one I particularly like a lot. Ultra tournament platform, very general. What does that mean? We see that number 2, 4, 8, 11, and 12 have this utility. Is it the same for each unique? What does ultra tournament platform mean, Douglas?
The overall description of that utility is the same for each unique, but the application will vary, determined by which unique you hold. So the Ultra Tournament platform, I think it's no secret that that's coming in quick and hot. It's coming soon to Ultra. This is going to be the platform where users can get together and they can play certain games and tournaments for each other in what could I say, search for prizes that the tournament is offering. So this can be in the shape of unique, it can be in the shape of numerous prizes. And a lot of the platforms are going to be open. A lot of the platforms are going to be reserved for certain community members and for certain games, etc. What we're doing here is we are offering holders of 2, 4, 8, 11, and 12 the opportunity to take part in some very exclusive tournaments that will allow them an exclusive chance to get an exclusive prize. It's a lot of exclusive, but that is the idea. It may very well be that at the beginning of our tournament platform, while we have limited games and limited content available, we might allow all of those holders to participate in the same tournament. But as we grow and as the ecosystem grows, those different holders of the different Ultra Powers will receive access to different exclusive tournaments.
Okay, so let's put a little example here. Ultra launches its tournament platform, and Ultra is organizing a very, very exclusive, highly competitive tournament where in order to get in, you have to pass a qualifying round. If you hold 2, 4, 8, 11, or 12, you immediately have access to the first round of the tournament and you don't have to go through the qualifying round. Is that correct?
I cannot qualify that right now. We have still quite a few elements of the tournament platform to work out, and I don't want to promise anything that's going to lead the community to be disappointed. So I can guarantee you that there will be exclusive tournaments that holders of these uniques will have access to. As for the qualifying round or the first round, I can't give specifics on that right now. I hope you guys can forgive that. But as soon as we have updates on that, you guys will hear about it. Rest assured knowing that you will have a better chance than most to access those tournaments and those special prizes.
Okay, so it's kind of like a golden ticket to enter exclusive tournaments. Pretty sweet. So you said it's the same for it can be the same and it cannot be the same for 2, 4, 8, 11, and 12. It could be the same access for one particular tournament, or it could vary depending on which unique you hold.
Ideally, our goal is to supply different tournament access to different unique holders. So 2 will have a different tournament access to 8, etc. But realistically speaking, and this is why I say that in the beginning, when the tournament platform launches, we're going to have less content than we will a little bit down the road. So to compensate for that, there might be what can I say, collective access to the same tournament for all those unique holders. There might be access to different tournaments based on which unique you hold in the beginning. Ideally, we will be giving different tournament access to different uniques.
Okay, great. I think that summarizes it pretty well. Thank you, Douglas. Let's jump to the next one, a VIP AMA access. So I understand that there will be specific AMAs done with certain people in the industry regarding certain partnerships or certain milestones or certain events with Ultra. And if you hold unique number 3, 7, 9, or 10, you will have access to these VIP AMAs. Is basically entering an AMA that other people cannot enter. It's not open to the public. And these AMAs will be different. For example, the holder of number 3 can get access to one type of AMA, but the holder of number 10, for example, will have access to a different AMA. Is that how it works?
So the same with the Ultra Tournament platform. Obviously, as the AMAs become more consistent, that we'll be offering them to different holders according to what interests are shown by those holders. And essentially, it will turn into a situation where, the majority of number 9 holders enjoy hearing about the blockchain gaming more than the majority of number 10 holders, something like that. But overall, we want to allow the same access to all holders for that utility. This is a utility I'm really excited about personally. For anybody who's here, I assume you are interested in blockchain, crypto, NFTs, or else you wouldn't be here. And for me, when I was starting my career, the number one thing I did was in the evenings and the mornings, in my lunch breaks, I was listening to podcasts, I was listening to AMAs, I was listening to LinkedIn events of industry professionals. And that's kind of what built my knowledge. That's what built my experience and my connections. What we want to do here is we want to leverage those networks. We want to leverage those that professional experience, and we want to funnel it into the Ultra community. And we want to give you guys a bigger scope of the overall industry, other than just Ultra, other than just blockchain games. And not only are we going to get external industry professionals to come do AMAs with us, we're also going to get, the partners who partner with Ultra, the new game developers, the top gamers. Why not? We're going to get the NFT artist project managers to come and have AMAs with you guys. And again, with when you hold different ultra power uniques, we will offer different access to those ultra powers. We want to make sure that everybody who's bought one feels that they are special because they own one, and we want to deliver on that promise. At the same time, in the beginning, I think it's wise to keep the VIP AMA access to all the ultra power holders who have VIP AMA access. But those AMAs are going to be invaluable. They're going to be really interesting. I'm personally looking forward to them. Probably one of the most exciting utilities for me.
That's amazing, Douglas. Thank you so much for that detailed explanation of that. And yeah, I think that kind of summarized that pretty well. It wraps it up pretty good. Jumping to the next one, we have beta access. What is beta access? What does that mean? Is the beta access the same for number 4, 5, 13? Access to what exactly would this be, Douglas?
So the beta access is going to be exciting, as well as as you guys know, Ultra is constantly expanding its ecosystem. We're constantly trying to add new, exciting platforms and apps within the ecosystem. The next one up is the tournament platform. We've got, Game Store, everything launching. And down the road, we're going to have way more apps, products, and, I want to say utilities, but more tools available to the Ultra community. As we are launching those and rolling those out, much like the Unique marketplace, we're going to need people to test them. We're going to need people to use them and find out where the bugs are, find out where we can be improved. And what this provides is beta access to those products. Now, again, we may offer the same beta access to all 3 of the Uniques that have that utility. We may offer different beta access depending on our need at the time of how many people we need for the beta product test itself. But besides testing, we're also going to be offering that early access for beta products to those holders, so that once they're functional, once they're at a point of user friendliness, you guys will be the ones to be first privy to them. I mean, this gives you so many advantages in the Ultra ecosystem as a whole. So I think that one speaks for itself.
No, that sounds super interesting. Could this, for example, be trying out earlier than the rest, the Chrome extension, something like that? Could that be like an example to this utility?
Again, as an example, that would be a good one to use as an illustration. I can't guarantee that specific example will be implemented as beta access because we are far along in that process. However, if we can swing that, we will. But going forward, any significant product that has beta access available, that will be awarded to the Ultra Power holders of 4, 5, and 13.
Perfect. Thank you. Yeah, I just wanted to maybe put it out as an example. I'm not saying it's going to happen exactly, but just so people can compare it and maybe see what it's all about.
Sure.
So yeah, Ultra is developing some very nice exclusive games, which is one of our main dishes that we're hoping to deliver as soon as possible. And let me describe a little bit what I understand from this utility, Douglas, and maybe you can correct me and say if I'm right or wrong. If you own Ultra Power number 2, 6, or 13, you can try out a game, an exclusive game of Ultra, or an exclusive game that's being distributed by Ultra before the rest of the public. Holder of Ultra Power number 2 maybe has access to Illyrium before the rest. Please don't quote me on this. I'm just giving it out as an example. Ultra
Don't name
Power
games, Patrick.
no, yeah, sorry. Yeah, okay. We're gonna edit that later. But Ultra Power number 2 has access to game A. Ultra Power number 6 has exclusive access to game B. But is that a little bit how the dynamics of that utility works? You get to try a game before the rest?
So again, what's really cool about all these utilities is a lot of it is so flexible, and it's always going to be exciting how these are applied. It's always going to be exciting how these are distributed. So with this one especially, our partnerships with our games that we're developing, our games that we're hosting, they all have different capabilities in terms of what they can offer early access wise. So certain games will have 3 early access spots, certain games will have 150. And according to those limitations, we will be awarding them. We will always have a minimum for a game that can offer early access. We will make sure to have a minimum of 52, so that at least one holder, one unique will receive early access to that game. If that is the case, and we have 3 games releasing, it will be rotational. So number 2 will get 52 early access spots. Number 6 will get 52 early access spots, according to how many uniques there are in that collection. Now, obviously, for the question on stackability, if you have two number 6s, that double early access isn't going to benefit you much. It's going to be early access once, and even if you access it again with your other one, you're still going to access the same game. So if we get a game with 150 slots, actually it'd be more accurately, it would be 156. 156 early access spots, then those are going to go to all of the holders of the exclusive game access utility. So it's very flexible, the application of it, but either way, it's going to be very exciting, and we'll always listen to the community with feedback. If obviously there are holders of number 6 who want early access to a specific game that's been announced, and there are some holders in number 2 that don't want to, we're going to make sure that that is, as accessible and as fairly distributed as possible.
That sounds great. I mean, that's one of the most exciting utilities for me. I mean, trying a game out before the rest of the people sounds pretty sweet. I can't deny that. So yeah, jumping and going on to the next one, we have Ultra Tournament Walkthrough. It sounds pretty obvious, but what does this actually mean? If I would to guess, I would say that it's a personalized guide and walkthrough of the Ultra tournament done by somebody from Ultra. Does that mean that? What else could you add to that, Douglas?
That is exactly what it is. So holders of the unique power, Ultra Power pieces that have this utility are going to get a early sneak preview of the Ultra Tournament platform. It will be a walkthrough. I'm not going to say with who, because that'll be ruining the surprise, but it's going to be an early walkthrough with someone very special and who knows the tournament platform backwards. And that is going to be distributed to everybody. We're not going to go into too much detail about that one because I'm really excited about how that's going to be distributed, how that's going to be shared. So but you will have a sneak preview to the. I see people guessing in the. I see people guessing in the chat already. And just to answer this question ahead of time, anyway, yes, the Galaxy droids also have a very, very similar utility. And I can tell you that the basis of it is the same, which is an early sneak preview of the walkthrough. Whether the walkthrough host or the walkthrough itself is exactly the same may be different. I'm not going to reveal too much about that, but you will have a sneak preview to the platform before anybody else.
That sounds sweet, man. I really like that one. And there's another one that sounds pretty cool, which is merch drop. So the holders of number 3, number 5, number 9, 12, and 13 get this really nice utility, which is merch drop. What type of merch will be dropping? How frequent? And what does the holder have to do to be able to reach this merch? Is the holder of unique number 3 the same merch that the number 5 holder will receive? How does that vary? And could you please walk us through a little bit of how the whole process would be and what it means for the holders?
So with all of this utility, we've always put thought behind long-term sustainability, short-term satisfaction, and we try to balance the two, but also give to each category as much as possible. So I'm going to say that merch drop is long-term sustainable utility, and what we've done here is we've really applied our creativity to the economy of the Ultra ecosystem, but also the economy specifically of the Ultra Power collection. So the merch drop refers to obviously internal Ultra merch that is going to be released and will be available to the entire public, obviously. It refers to, more excitingly, some very exclusive merch that will only be made through using the use of the IP of the Ultra Power collection. And at some point, a lot of the merch that's going to be made available to the Ultra Power holders is going to be available to the public. Some of it's going to be exclusive. Some of it you won't be able to get on our main merch shop. So I'm rambling a bit, but I get really excited about this one because what we're doing is, according to which one you hold, number 3, number 5, number 9, 12, and 13, you will get exclusive options for merch and exclusive access to exclusive merch. And sometimes you will all get access to the same merch. So that's one level of it. The next level of it is going to be discount. So you'll get discount on existing merch that's available to the whole public, but because you hold an Ultra Power with that utility, you'll get discount. Now that discount may vary according to which Ultra Power you own. It may be applied to all of them. It depends on the merch itself. This utility itself is incredibly flexible. Then it also, the next level of that is it does matter what the value of the merch is. So realistically speaking, we can't send you a Lamborghini with Ultra logo on it to every single holder of this utility.
No Lambo?
No Lambo yet. No Lambo yet.
Uh,
Let's see where the platform goes. I'd love to send everybody an Ultra Lambo, but for now it's not realistic. But we will get there eventually. So according to the value of the merch, we will either offer a discount, we will offer it for free, we will send just randomly send maybe even some exclusive Ultra merch. So these things are very flexible. Now, where this gets exciting is the more valuable the merch, the more the option to burn your NFT comes in. And if the merch is something you really want, let's say, for example, it's a 3D printed bust of Ultra Power number 5, our Cyber Skull. If it's a 3D printed bust of that you want to display in your bedroom or something like that, you may have to burn your Unique. We haven't decided yet, but you may have to burn your Unique to get it. Alternatively, if you still want it but you don't want to burn your Unique, it may grant you some level of discount. So what this does is it provides an incentive for everyone who's holding to hold. It also provides an incentive to those who want to burn it and to get the exclusive merch for free. It gives them incentive to burn it, which essentially makes the Unique Power, the Ultra Power collection, deflationary. In other words, it's going to go up in value the less there are. So the more amazing the merch is, the more likely burning will happen, the more rare your Unique becomes. That's the idea behind this. And again, ultimately, nobody has to burn anything. They can get discounts on items. They can get discounts on the merch. But this is going to be really exciting because we're going to be releasing some super cool merch. We're going to be releasing Ultra Power specific merch. And your Ultra Power is going to give you discounts, freebies, access to it. And just let me put this out there now, and going to get some hate for this, but unfortunately, the only thing we cannot guarantee is shipping and for the shipping and delivery, shipping and packaging. That is going to be covered by the community. Unfortunately, we are hoping that it's not too much. And obviously, according to where you are situated, we want this to be as fair as possible. So if you're situated in Australia and the shipping is $200, and then you're sitting in France and the shipping is $5, we'll obviously try and compensate for that as much as possible. But yeah, shipping and handling is unfortunately the community's responsibility, but we're going to do our best to mitigate that as much as possible.
Wow, I just loved what you talked about there, especially that deflationary effect. For example, if somebody wants to cash in a really cool piece of merch for Ultra Power number 5 and they decide to burn it, we're talking about already a supply of 10 going down to 9. And then if somebody else says it goes down to 8, so indirectly it increases the value because it's going to be more scarce in the Ultra ecosystem. So I'm really liking this. Like, I like the dynamic where you can choose if you want to burn, if you want to hold, and if you decide to burn, you like indirectly benefit the other holders of this. So this is kind of a cool dynamic. I really like it, and I love
Yeah,
the way you
we got the
explained it.
idea. We got the idea from the Kenny Rogers song, "No and Old," that one.
Okay, cool, cool. We'll send him his credit. His Oh, that's great. I mean, I love that whole system, that the way you explained it, man. Sounds so cool. And I'm really looking forward because I personally love the art from the Ultras Power Collection. Rami did an amazing job contacting and dealing with all these amazing artists that got together to make this collection. So super excited about that and excited to see how this merch is going to look because everybody likes the art of this collection. So it's going to be really, really cool. And that, yeah, I think we're done with the merch for now. Card deck. What is the card deck? It says here that you get a card deck after burning your NFT. My question is, what type of card deck are we talking about? Is this card deck? I'm just kind of repeating some of the questions,
Sure.
Douglas. I don't want to put you against the wall or anything. I'm just repeating questions I got from the community. For example, the card deck. If you burn your NFT, you get your card deck. Is this a personalized card deck related to the NFT that you burned? Does it have a serial number personalized, correlated to the unique that you burned? How does this work? Or is it the same card deck for everybody? And what is this all about?
So the card deck's an exciting one as well. It's also why we modeled the collection numbers of 52, you know, except for the ultra exclusive number 13 and number 5. We've modeled every ultra power in volume 1 as 52 because of the card deck. What we want to do eventually is we want to turn the ultra power series into, you know, a playing card game. That's the idea. You know, don't quote me on that right now. We are looking at ways we can do that, create a digital card game as well, and a blockchain card game for all intents and purposes. But those things are all just ideas right now. They may change, they may stay the same. But one thing that we've said from the beginning is we want to give holders the option to have a physical card deck that is going to be printed, yes, with with the specific ultra power that they burn. The reason we had to consider whether we're going to burn this or not is, you know, practical in its basis, which is we don't want to incentivize too much burning because then suddenly we don't have any left of any of the ultra power pieces. But if that is the case, then, you know, so be it. These cards are going to be pretty cool. Our plan is to, exactly what you're saying, you know, do the different serial numbers of these physical card decks. It is going to be a playing card deck. So, you know, one of the ideas we're playing around with, which can change, you know, we'll see what the community thinks about it. We'll make sure to involve everybody in these decisions. But it's either the playing card deck, you know, classic poker set, or, you know, maybe we'll come out with a playing card game that has power ups, power utility, you know, fighting card game, something like that. So, you know, the exciting part is this can always be flexible, always be changed, and we haven't nailed down anything for that yet. But we do know that if you want to get a physical card deck, it is going to be burning. Now, the incentive to hold is that we might end up doing a playing card game on our blockchain, and if you want to, you know, access that, you might have to hold on to your ultra power. So none of that is confirmed yet. So when the option does come for burning the card deck, we'll have all the information available so you guys can make an informed choice on your own behalf. But we've got some really exciting ideas for that, and we thought a physical card deck would be really cool. Like I said, this is Ultra Power Volume 1, and Ultra Power Volume 1 is modeled after a card deck. So that is the overall idea for it.
That's great. So merch drop and card deck are both utilities that you would get something physical, something you can grab with your own hands, and indirectly they affect the supply if you decide to burn or not. So those two utilities are really interesting if you look at it from like an internal economy point of view, and that it actually gives you something tangible that you can actually touch. Not all is
Exactly.
digital in this ultra power ecosystem, so that's pretty cool. And yeah, I think we have our last utility from the chart, which is milestone holder perks. And as same as the card deck, all of the ultra powers have this utility. What does milestone holder perks mean, Douglas?
So this one is going to be exciting. All I can say right now, because, you know, we've got to add some mystery somewhere. And the mystery with this one is every NFT project is, what can I say, a community building tool. It's a interesting project to be a part of. It's a way to earn, it's a way to play, it's a way to access. So we want to make sure that there's an incentive not only to burn your NFT, thus upping the value of the rest of the collection. There's also an incentive to hold if you choose to do so. that is why milestone holder perks was introduced. It's applicable to every single ultra power in volume 1. And the milestone holder perks are going to be whatever we think they should be at any given time when ultra reaches a new milestone. They could be actually, I'm not even going to give any ideas. I'm sorry, this one I'm going to keep a complete mystery. I want to share with you guys as much as we thought of, but milestone holder perks is going to be rewarding you for your loyalty to the ultra power collection. We're going to update those accordingly. You know, all NFT projects, whether they be internal, external, whatever, it's all about under promising and over delivering, and that's what we intend to do with ultra power. So I'm not going to promise anything, and I guarantee you milestone holder perks will be an over delivery of that promise of nothing. I
That's
don't know if
perfect.
that made any sense.
Totally. Like I understood you completely. I mean, I love the fact that we had some mystery to it. Like part of the cool dynamics of NFTs is the mystery, right? Uh, Traditionally, when you mint a collection, not knowing what you're gonna get, kind of reminds me of like back in the day when I was opening like Pokemon cards or any trading cards that you don't know what you're gonna get. You pay for a certain something and then you open it, it's a surprise. So this mystery element that we bring back to the NFTs is something I'm really looking forward to, and I really like it. So let's just keep it as a mystery for now. I'm sure nobody's going to
Exactly.
come in.
And I just
So
want to
yeah, I
add
think
that I want to add something there. We just want to make sure that, you know, if we put out all our cards on the table now, we should tell you what the utility is, and we deliver that utility short term. You guys, the Ultra Power collection really has no value past that point, aside from a collectible. And we never wanted to get to the point where Ultra Power, the artwork, the effort that's gone behind it, we never want to get to the point where it's simply a JPEG or a PNG or just just an NFT on our blockchain. We want to make sure that it is continuous value, and we want to reward the people who were there from the start. And I know we've done previous NFT collections and unique collections before that from the alpha and the beta phase. And Ultra Power is the third wave synthesis of that. We want to reward that loyalty, and that's why the milestone holder perks was introduced to incentivize people to stay with us, grow with us, and we will make sure to reward you for it.
that's amazing. I'm reading some comments here that say, "Sir, this is what we want." So I think we were spot on that. So pretty good, pretty well said.
Glad to hear it.
And and so yeah, that's a little bit of a wrap on the Ultra Power collection. And next up, we have the Ultra Elemental Souls that everybody's grew so fond of already. We have Air Soul, Earth, Fire, Lightning, Metal, Wood, and Water. And if you collect all of them, apparently you can redeem this mysterious collectible number 8. So let's follow the same steps as we did with the first chart, and we go utility by utility. There are some that repeat or some that are very similar, so this should be a little bit more easier to go through. It says here Ultra Tournament Platform for Air Soul and Metal Soul. Is that exactly the same as what we talked about in the Ultra Power? Is it different? Is the Soul different from the Air Soul, different from the Metal Soul? Douglas, could you explain a little bit on that?
So this is very similar, if not exactly the same. These are going to get you access to exclusive tournaments only for Elemental Soul holders. Sometimes they'll get you exclusive access to Elemental Soul and Ultra Power tournaments that are held on the tournament platform. It is unfortunately not early access. It is simply exclusive access to certain tournaments. So holders of the Air Soul and Meta Soul will have that access.
Okay, this is pretty interesting. So this actually opens possibilities. For example, from my side as a community manager, if I wanted to, for example, organize exclusive tournament for holders of Air Soul, Metal Soul, and the Ultra Powers, I could make an exclusive tournament for people that hold Uniques with this utility. So that could be something pretty cool. Yeah? Only people who
Completely.
hold these. Only people who hold these uniques can participate in the tournament that I decide to organize in the future. That or entering already existing tournaments which are open to more people. So that's pretty cool. Pretty
Exactly,
cool.
yeah.
So I think the next one is already explained. The VIP AMA access is pretty much the same as the one we already talked about. And I think the same goes for beta product access. Is beta product access the same as beta access that we talked about in Ultra Power?
It is going to be, it's a bit more specific. It's going to be essentially access to early beta products. This is going to be a bit more concentrated. And again, we're not going to give too much away on that, but as soon as we have products that we are in need of beta testers, as soon as we have products that are at a stage where we can grant early access to use them and to apply them and, what can I say, deliver that early user interactivity, we will be doing so for the holders of for the holders of the Fire Soul.
Fire Soul. And what a good unique that one. It got sold out by mistake, but everybody who wanted it got a little bit.
Yeah, and apologies again for that, guys. We do apologize. We're glad that the enthusiasm was there. But yeah, we do apologize for that. We are most certainly slaves to our mistakes. But you know, if that was one of the worst things that happened during the launch, we did a pretty good job, I think.
No, yeah, I mean it wasn't that terrible because it was a surprise for the people who got it. As we said, we're sorry mistakes happen, especially when you're launching a beta product. But from the mistakes we learn, and we're constantly with each day that we're dropping Uniques, we're trying to fix mistakes. We're trying to make things better than the day before. So yeah, so I'm just happy for the people who managed to get
If
this.
anything, the Firesoul's main utility was early access to Firesoul, it seems.
What? Sorry, I didn't get you.
Early access to Firesoul because it dropped early. It was a terrible joke.
Ah. Sorry, man. I'm a bit slow here. I was looking for your joke on the chart, and I'm like, that must be some utility that I don't have here.
Yeah, there's a joke utility on that one.
Okay, so I think the next utility is one of the most asked about from the Elemental Souls chart is Ultra Airdrops. Airdrops being kind of a general term, it can mean many things. What does Ultra Airdrops mean, Douglas, for holders of Lightning Soul and Wood Soul? Is it the same for both? Is it different for them?
So again, this is going to remain an ongoing utility, and it's going to ensure that long term your Elemental Soul never turns into a JPEG, PNG, and of course the other utilities we're going to be offering to the other Elemental Souls are going to ensure the same thing. But the Ultra Airdrops is ongoing. As we receive new games, we receive new uniques. We develop new partnerships, and the ecosystem grows. We're going to have more, what can I say, more valuable content, more valuable objects, more valuable products, etc., to airdrop to our Elemental Soul holders. This is where it gets exciting as well, is because the airdrops are not restricted. They're not limited to a timeline. So the longer you hold your Elemental Soul, the more cool stuff you're going to get. And that's the bottom line of that one. It could be a unique. It could be some UOS. Who knows? That one's going to be essentially like a prize wheel, like on one of those game shows. You never know what you're going to get, but you are going to get something.
Like a box of chocolates, you never know what you're gonna get. So just an example. So I also have some jokes up my sleeve. So for example, if I am a holder of 3 Wood Souls, would I get, for just as for giving an example, 3 uniques airdropped to my wallet when the airdrops are uniques?
So very similar to the previous answer on this, we reward the unique, not the holder. So if you hold 3 to 5 to 10 uniques with this utility, you are going to get 3 to 5 to 10 different airdrops. Sorry, not different. Let me correct that. You're going to get 3 to 5 to 10 airdrops of the same item when it gets airdropped.
Perfect. Thank you so much. That's quite exciting. I've seen already people collecting specific elemental souls for specific utilities, and I know that the ultra airdrops is one of the most attractive ones for sure. And yeah, thanks so much, Douglas, for that explanation. Next utility, kind of a mystery for now, but I know lots of people are collecting their way, grinding their way to get this one, is collectible number 8. What is collectible number 8? And I see that all of the elemental souls have certain access or opens the door to get the collectible number 8. How does this work, and how would you describe this utility to the public?
So as we announced previously, the collectors of all elemental souls, which are 7 of them, will receive the collective soul, which is number 8, and it's a combination of all of the other elements. What we have implemented here is these are going to be incredibly rare, which I'm sure you guys are wondering, how can it be rare if everybody collects all 7 is going to get them? That's not true. So there's a limited amount of the collective soul. It is going to be awarded to those who collect all 7 of the elemental souls. We will be revealing at some point in the very near future, with the last elemental soul dropping tomorrow. We thought we'd keep this fun. We keep the gamification of this collection. That's a gamification that the Ultra Power collection doesn't necessarily have. Separates it from the other collections we have. You collect all 7, you're entitled to a collective soul unique, but there are limited collective soul uniques, and we want to keep it rare. We want to keep it exciting for those who have gone through the effort of collecting all 7. And I know it has been a real effort, especially with the volume we've been having of sales. So all I can say for now is that the collective soul is going to be very much worth it. I should be careful with saying that, actually. Don't, please, not financial advice, but do not go spend your life savings on any NFT ever. But it's going to be very much a worthwhile unique to get. And we're going to be revealing the drop date of that. We're going to be revealing when when we've decided. I'm trying to think of how to word this because I know this community is very sharp. So we are going to be awarding the limited amount of collective souls to the owners of 7 elemental souls. This could either be the first group who own all 7. This could be a snapshot. We are deciding based on the activity in this collection how we are going to do it in the most fair way possible. All I can tell you is that owning all 7 is going to be beneficial, and the collective soul number 8 is going to be quite an exciting piece to have.
That sounds good. I mean, I was reading a little bit here, the Medium article, and it says here that this unique is very rare. And yeah, so let's just hope to see and get more information about that. I'm looking forward to it. Right now,
I think it's important. Yeah, I apologize. I've been very careful with my words, but I think it's important to note that not every single person who collects all 7 over all time will get one. They are limited. They will be airdropped. They will be, manually sent to you guys who hold it. But I don't want anybody thinking who buys all 7 next month, even, that they will get a collective soul. They are limited, so just be aware of that.
Could we say that there will be maybe a priority to the people who collected first, perhaps?
Oh,
Considering that there
completely.
Okay.
Being first is always a good thing to do, guys. And our plan is to deliver collective soul relatively soon. So what I can tell you is, do your best to collect them without bankrupting yourself. Please do not do that. But yeah, do your best to collect all 7, and it will be an exciting outcome.
That's amazing, man. Thank you so much. I was watching here the drawing itself is like a combination of all of them, and that's why it's called collective. They collected all drawings and they mashed it into one, and she looks pretty cool if you ask me. So yeah, I think that's a wrap with at least the charts, the utility charts, and I think now is a good time to dig into the questions of the community. Thank you so much, guys, for listening until now. It's been almost 54 minutes, minus the technical issues, but I think we're gonna destine these last 10 to 12 minutes to answering all of your questions. We'll try to reach all of you and go one by one. So I'm going to go through the comments.
We'll go. Well, I do have a hard stop. I'm so sorry, in about 6 minutes. But if we go through the questions as quickly as possible, I'll answer very quickly.
Okay, sure, no problem, no problem. So I will go through the questions. If you can see some yourself, just jump
I do
right
see
in there.
I do see one just moving backwards from back to front. ARW, I think that's how you pronounce it. Apologies if not. You do not need to collect number 1 of each elemental soul in order to get the collective soul. You just need one from each one from each element.
Okay, okay, great. So I see Crypto Bro say, wait, so not everyone that has all 7 gets a collective soul. And as we said, there is a limited amount of the collective soul to give out. So there will be, of course, priority for the first people who collect this. Of course, if you've been collecting until now and you manage to get your hands on the last collective soul tomorrow, most likely, no promises, but most likely you will be inside this group. But we were more referring to, for example, if you collect all 7, but I don't know, in like 1 month or 2 months, we will give priority to the first collectors and the people who collect them the first until we reach the total supply of the collective soul.
Exactly.
Okay, so let me go through. Okay, I have Sunny asking here, and I'm gonna read this question out loud before scanning it first. So let's see what I got myself into. What is the difference between Lightning, Wood, Soul, and Let's Go Unique? Let's Go Unique. We're going back to the Welcome to the Ultraverse. Okay, so let me open the Medium article. Let's go to Let's Go. I'll do a quick review of the Let's Go. Let's Go says, as you can imagine, with the launch of the Unique Marketplace will come a lot, and we mean a lot. Getting your hands on this unique gives you a chance to win exclusive NFTs from our partners and us. we'll be sending owners of Let's Go with various rare uniques, and you'll find them straight to your inventory, ready to keep or trade with others. The longer you keep this unique, the more free uniques you'll receive. So basically, the utility of the Let's Go, we could say that it's very, very similar to the utility of Ultra airdrops from Elemental Souls, only that it differs in that Ultra airdrops is not necessarily uniques, whereas the description of Let's Go is referring to directly to Uniqs. So that would be the main difference. Answering your question, Sunny. Let me go. Okay, next question. When good luck, have fun, and good game, well played use cases will be announced? Let me go back to the Medium article with that because I know.
Let me answer Matt 44 quickly while you're looking through that Medium article. Yes, if you have 2 sets of the Elemental Souls, you will likely get 2 collective souls. However, we are going to try our best to keep it as fair as possible. So if we do notice one wallet with 2 sets, it's not the fairest way to do it. Again, it depends on the amount that we have. They are
Okay.
very rare, the collective soul. So we want to make sure that they're distributed amongst the community as evenly as possible. But we want to keep them rare at the same time. I think it's going to be beneficial for the Elemental Soul holders overall once you hear the utility.
Okay, thank you so much on that. Answering somebody's question, I think it was Sunny, regarding GGWP, good game well played and good luck, have fun. Quoting the Medium article, it says, these are the only 2 uniques that won't have any utility attached to them for the time being, but you might receive some perks as an owner of them down the line if you hold on to it for long enough. So this description of this unique, of course, unique is very vague. It does not certify 100% that you will receive any utility for now, and this will maintain as a mystery. We haven't had any latest information regarding this. So until now, yeah, look at it more as a collectible.
Let me just jump in there real quick. I will say that we will never reward loyalty, and we'll never reward loyalty with nothing. So I will never reward loyalty with nothing. So those holders of that NFT where the utility is vague, I can tell you this, that we will make it worthwhile that you held it. The value of that utility will reflect on the primary sale of that NFT. We just wanted to keep it vague at that point. I imagine when I wasn't here to limit expectations, but we will make sure to reward everybody who has a loyalty to Ultra.
Okay, one last thing regarding the Project Endeavor unique that we get this a lot. It says the player that owns this unique and has the highest number of trades will be gifted an extremely rare unique once the unique marketplace launches. Okay, that is a very, very specific utility. Of course, Douglas, we were talking about this before. We already have records of who did the highest trades. Could we expect an announcement to come in the coming weeks or at the end of the month or something like that?
Completely. In the interest of transparency, guys, we've done a lot of work with the Ultra Marketplace, and it has been incredible to be a part of it last week. At the same time, it is very time consuming, and the whole team is working hard to make sure that the same amount of hype, the same amount of technical ease is happening. So please forgive us if you thought that that was going to be dropped immediately after the launch. It's still the next week, the second week only of launch. So give us a little bit of time, but we are working to reward the people for that utility most definitely.
Perfect. Okay, we're almost out of time. It's already 4 p.m. here in Europe. Let me rake through the last questions. If I can see, I can answer one quickly.
I did see a really good one earlier about Ultra Power. Maybe we can do one for Ultra Power real quick.
Yeah, go for it. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, go for it.
No, that's fine. The AMA will not be under NDA if people choose to share it afterwards. That is, their prerogative, but that happens in the Bored Ape Yacht Club. It happens in Moonbirds. The whole point is that you access it on a VIP level. What's great about AMA is you have the chance to ask questions live. So whether you share it or not, that chance is not there. So I'll just answer that one with Ultra Power. I do unfortunately have to jump off in a minute. I can do one more question, and then unfortunately we'll have to jump off.
Okay, sure, no problem. I have a pretty interesting question here from Blood Diamond, our undefeated questmaster. Okay, so it says you said there might be a card game with the ultra powers. Will the souls and droids also be included there? He asked because there are droids that have some stats on the artwork, like as if they're a card game. Do you have any info regarding this, or this is?
I can tell you that we have not thought about connecting the three, and I think in the interest of keeping these collections as separate collections, I don't know if it would make sense to have them all in the same card game. So at this point, no. It's an interesting concept, and thank you for the idea because we'll consider it. But at this point, no, we don't have any plans to do that.
Is there any expiry date to burn your NFT for the card deck?
No, when the card deck details are better envisioned or better, what can I say, fleshed out, we will be giving all the details necessary so you guys can make informed decisions on whether to burn, whether to hold, whether you think it's worth it. That'll be completely up to you guys, and we will provide as much information as possible. In terms of a window for burning, that will likely be the case because it is a physical utility that you'll be getting. And it doesn't have to be the first window, it could be one of many. But once we have more information on that, we will give it to you guys. Remember, with all NFT collections that are worth the wait, there is a waiting time. So this is ongoing. These collections are going to grow in value. They're going to grow in grow in utility as it goes along and as the Ultra ecosystem grows. So we thought we would use it again. The description of Ultra Power, Elemental Souls, all of it is that this is your ticket into the ecosystem. This is your badge of honor for being here early. And if all goes according to plan, guys, I mean, we're going to be part of one of the biggest platforms there is, and Ultra Power is going to ensure, and Elemental Souls is going to ensure that you're part of their ride.
Last question, or sorry, I said that already, but there are
No, it's
people I
fine.
know are very eager, and I think this is a question that connects all of the Uniqs. When will I know that it's a hard question, but lots of people want to transfer their Uniqs from friend to friends. Lots of people who got into beta testing bought Uniqs for friends, and they still can't transfer them. I know this is being worked on. And will this be a utility or a function that the marketplace will be able to see? I know that we're working on it, but do you? I know you don't have maybe a time frame, but this is something that the team is working on currently, right, Douglas?
Oh, completely. I can guarantee you this is that we're always trying to deliver on our promises. We are. I know this sounds like salesman speak. I'm not trying to do that, but in the interest of transparency, we always have two options, which is deliver now and let it be buggy, or deliver later and let it be perfect. And we're always going to go with the second option. So as much as your patience is appreciated, it will be rewarded. We are going to make sure that transferability is, as far as I'm aware, it is a priority. And yeah, we're going to make sure that is happening soon. I can't disclose too much. I'm not a developer. I'm not on the developer side, but we always have meetings almost daily on the priority of our developments in the platform. So trust me, guys, it is being discussed. It is being worked out. And when it is released, it will move as smoothly as the marketplace.
No, definitely. And I know lots of people want to also add the swap function where you can trade Uniqs, where you can trade bundles. All of those suggestions, guys, I've been seeing it in the Discord. The team has seen it, and we are going to implement that in the marketplace at one time. I know it's a really cool feature. It kind of brings me back to your card trading days where you can actually trade two Uniqs for one. You pick which one they want, they pick which one they want, and it's something that will be added along the way. But I think that would be a wrap for today with this AMA. Thank you, everybody, for
I've got to
assisting.
head out as well, but I appreciate it, guys. I've got to jump off right now, so I've got a meeting with the rest of the team, and I'll definitely bring up the transferability as well. But guys, it was a pleasure talking to you like it always is. And yeah, if we need to do a follow-up AMA to clarify any more questions, I'm happy to do that. I'm sure Patrick will organize that. But yeah, again, we're always going to make sure that your guys' investment into the Ultra ecosystem through these NFTs is going to be rewarded. And we're always listening for feedback. So thank you. I got to jump off. Patrick, thanks for inviting me. Community guys, thanks for having me.
All good. Thank you so much, Douglas, for participating. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. We will be handing out the recording. Thank you so much, God Given, for helping us with this recording. And of course, any question that I did not manage to answer or Douglas didn't, you can always shoot them in Discord and Telegram, and I'll do my best to answer it. So thank you so much, guys. Have a great day, and I'll see you in Discord and Telegram. Okay. Ciao, ciao.